The government will not call you and say, hey, you overpaid us. They don't do that. They don't do that. So the government was never going to do that. And this law firm, oh my God. What's up, party people? Michael Santonato here, how to become financially indestructible. And this is another very important video on taxes. Since taxes represent anywhere from 30 to 50% of your profit or income as an expense, it is important to know the tax system and how taxation works. Yes, that's right, 30 to 50% of your income and or profits on any given investment or deal or business can be given up to taxes to the government. So it's very, very, very important that we know what we're paying in taxes and how much, and making sure that it's correctly. So once again, thank you, Dad, for all the lessons, Mom, for teaching me. You guys are amazing. You know, this lesson comes from my dad, and this is in service to you. This is in service to y'all. So your investment in this course, How to Become Financially Indestructible, is amazing and super important, because this video alone could save you 20 grand. Oh my God. And if you're not in the course, click the link in the description and join the course, How to Become Financially Indestructible. Now, this is a photo right over here of my wonderful nonna and nonno in the background. That's my grandmother and grandfather on my Italian side, my dad's side. So this lesson comes from essentially them. What happened is my nonna was the last to pass away between my nonna and my nonno. Okay, my nonna was my grandmother on my, like I said, Italian side, and she was the last to pass away. So when she passed, their house, their home, which they had, you know, like no mortgage on, they sold, right? My dad and his brother and sister, you know, my aunts and uncles and my dad, they sold the house. Obviously, that's what happens when, you know, your grandparents pass, right? Or your parents pass. So the sale of the proceeds went to the estate. The estate is the process that happens when a person dies, and it's considered settled by the government or to the government, and all the assets and cash and whatever gets dispersed amongst the heirs, or what's according to the will. So that's the estate. So upon settling the estate, my father and his brother, my uncle, sold their mother's home, right? It was the family home. It was their parents' home. So what happens is the taxes are due to the government after the profit. Now, one of the things that happened is they used my uncle's lawyer, and my father, being a very smart man financially, being a bank manager and doing his taxes, my taxes, and many, many, many people's taxes for, 20 years after retiring from the banks, is he knew how to do people's taxes. He knew how to do the government's job and do the taxes, and do it sometimes better than the government. More on that in another video coming. And the crazy thing that happened is that the lawyers had calculated the too much tax to be owing to the government. They did the calculations after the sale of the property. They spit it all out with all the expenses and all the yada yada, how much is due to the government. And my father protested. He said, this calculation doesn't look right. This looks like too much money going to the government. And they said, well, this is how we've always done it. We've always done it this way. My father was so mad. He was so pissed. He raised a stink in the office with the lawyers. And they said, we've always done it this way. He said, well, I don't know why you did it this way. You paid the government too much money. They go, no, this is how we've always done it. My dad goes home, goes to the CRA website, double checks, even though he knows, he double checks, and he goes to the government website to make sure that he is right and that the calculation was off. Sure enough, he finds out simply from a simple article and calculation on the government website at the CRA, Canada Revenue Agency, and he finds out that yes, the calculation was too much. Basically, they didn't do it on the net profits, they did it on the gross profits, which is nuts. It's freaking crazy. So they go, we've always done it this way. So he storms back in the office and he says, look, here's the government website, here's the printout, here's the proof, this is the CRA, this is the tax code, here it is right here on the government website. They apologized and they said, here, we'll fix this for you. So they fixed it for them, saving them about 20 grand in taxes being owed to the government. They had to recoup it actually because they already filed it, so they had to get it back. And here's the kicker, they charged them a fee for recollecting the money. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is that not insane or what? This was my dad's discovery. This was their fault. This was their mistake. They charged them for the mistake that they made, and they charged them for the money to recoup the money that they had basically cost them. Now, here's the crazy ass thing as well, as if this wasn't effing crazy enough, right? Is that the government will not call you and say, hey, you overpaid us. They don't do that. They don't do that. So the government was never going to do that. And this law firm, oh my God, has unnecessarily made people pay extra money to the government hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Who knows, maybe millions and millions and millions of dollars to the government. Oh my goodness. Unnecessarily overpaying their taxes to the government, all because they didn't know the tax code. The lawyers, but also the individuals didn't check. The individuals did not take the time or do the work or call a financial advisor to check this stuff out. Are you kidding me? Now, yes, I'm in a casual set of clothes, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing this video just chilling right now because I'm blown away by this story that my dad just told me and how insane this is and how nuts this is. So my dad's right. He's brilliant. You got to give him mad credit for knowing this stuff and for teaching me this stuff and letting me share it with you. And man, I went on that lawyer, like this is a 20 years ago story, but I went on that lawyer's website on Google and I found out, are they still in business? And I left a bad review because they are damn near making tons of mistakes. They've made tons of mistakes. They've cost people hundreds of thousands, if not millions and millions of dollars of unnecessarily giving extra money to the government, which the government does not call you back and say, hey, you overpaid us, we're going to send you a check in the mail. They just don't do that. So the lessons are, ladies and gentlemen, check your stuff, check your numbers, run it by a financial advisor, get a second opinion, run it by a tax attorney, run it by a different lawyer, a different tax attorney. Do your own calculations, do your own math, look up the information online and find out, make sure that you're paying taxes properly. And check out my course on how to become financially indestructible, because this is just part of it. Taxes are just part of how to become financially indestructible. Paying too much in taxes is a crime. It's a sin. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Learn the math, learn the methods, know the way. Check it out. Check out the course below. Click the link in the description. We got spots open coming up for the next cohort in the program. How to become financially indestructible by keeping more money in your pocket and keeping less out of the government's pockets and doing what's right legally. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like it and share it with a friend. Peace.